Welcome to STSBN's continuing coverage of playoff high school basketball tonight. It is the boys 3A consolation here going. The winner goes into regionals. The losers are done for the season. Scott Oshman along with Tim Boyle, Ron Henthorne, our executive producer, Todd Elvig. Tim, how are you?
Doing wonderful, Scott. Hopefully we're going to get a game like we had last night. We got treated to a great girls game last night. We're hoping it's going to be the same thing tonight. But Glacier Peaks, and they're in kind of a situation where it's one, and they're going to be gone if they lose this game. The girls, fortunately, win or lose, they were moving on. But Glacier Peaks got their backs against the wall tonight.
Starting lineups being announced. You'll see the guys in the purple jackets are from Oak Harbor, the Wildcats, coached by Mike Washington, facing the Glacier Peak Grizzlies here in white. Again, live from Jackson High School in Mill Creek, Washington. We're glad you're with us here on STSBN.com. Let us know on Facebook if you can hear us, see us, if everything's working correctly. Let's take just a couple seconds, try and set this game up. These teams played at Glacier Peak during the season. Big blowout. You and I were both there at that game.
We were all there.
Everybody was there. Probably not a different probably a little bit different tonight.
Well, I think so, because one of the things in that game, if you remember right, Oak Harbor just was so cold. They were so cold they just couldn't hit anything, and it just gave Glacier Peak, just ran up the score on them. I don't expect to see that tonight. You know, they're on a neutral court, and I just expect to see some of those three-pointers fall tonight that weren't falling the other day. What do you think, Ron?
Oak Harbor's a little different team than they were earlier in the season. They've got a lot stronger and a lot better shooting percentage. So
we're going to pause. We're going to pause for the national anthem, and we'll be back right after this. Just like that, we're ready for basketball. Hope you can see us and hear us here on STSBN. Again, talking about three-pointers and the cold shooting at the Glacier Peak, the Cave Gym. The biggest guy who's going to throw it up is number 3 for Oak Harbor, Drew Washington, the 6'3 junior.
And he did kind of warm up in that game towards the end of the game. It was too little too late, and the problem is if he starts out hot, if some of these players start out hot, where they were cold last game, it's going to be a completely different story.
He's got some help. Again, number 13 you'll see is Chris Haler. One thing, our John McClain, want to say hello to him. Unfortunately, our long season play-by-play basketball, and we're off. Oak Harbor with the ball first. JoJo Webster tries to find Drew Washington underneath, but the long outstretched hands of Mitchell Porman gets in the way. Heron easy inside, can't get it to roll in, but there's Haler for the rebound. Outside, Webster. No good, Peterson with the rebound. Here comes Drew Darth Vader wearing the neon socks. Ramsey Rosales for his first three. Ramsey shooting 3 balls all over the place. 43% from behind the three-point arc this season. Turnover on Oak Harbor. And Drew Vader comes back. Ramsey Rosales been smoking hot from the three-point line.
And I think the last game, didn't he open up with like 3 or 4 three-pointers right off the get-go in that game? 3? Yeah, there he is again.
That one won't get it, but Austin Kaiser gets the rebound. Resets the shot clock. 3-0, just opening minutes of the first quarter here. Vader loses it, now it's on to Drew. Washington gonna lay it in for the first score of the night for Oak Harbor, the Wildcats now. Peterson gets it up top. Here's Vader. Back tries to go in. Poked away by Heron. Tries to go to JoJo down the court. He gets it. Alley-oop! Oh! Dunks it down!
Whoa!
The kiss and the slam! Wow!
crowd excited. Anytime you see a dunk
Whoa!
like that.
Chris Haler, the 6'4" senior, going way up and slams it down.
That was pretty.
I didn't think he was going to let go of the rim for a while there. He was swinging good.
And Brian Hunter wants a timeout.
They need to cool that off. It's a shame that's only worth 2 points because mentally that's worth about 8 points.
That was on the cover album right there. That was as pretty as you're going to see.
And he doesn't look like the type of kid that can do that. He kind of looks like, kind of long and lanky, but...
Now they get Peterson. Great look inside by Ramsey Rosales. 1 point lead for the GP Grizzlies. JoJo steps up right off the glass. First 2 of the night for JoJo Webster, averaging 10 plus a game. Trey Chambers now in the game. Peterson goes back up, can't get it, gets the rebound, goes up again, and it curls over the rim and in.
Well, the offensive boards, that'll kill you if you can't get them.
4 points for Peterson. Again, not biggest scoring, but a foul, our first of the evening, and Donnie Johnson comes up. And that is on Webster, team's first. Again, Scott Oshman along with Tim Boyle, Ron Henthorn here. 3A Consolation Districts. Lob goes to Peterson, Rosie Rosales, Ramsey up high, deflected, Oak Harbor ball.
I think it was meant for Peterson, and it went over his hands.
To Ramsey.
And Ramsey kind of couldn't get a grip on it.
Almost called him Rosie, which I tried to do last year. He didn't like that. Webster trying to shake and bake to no avail. Peterson on the ground.
Jump ball down there.
Possession, Glacier Peak.
So,
you got your music coming.
So
it sounds so good.
Yeah, it does sound good, but we're gonna get back to basketball here. Mitchell Porman, senior year, big night for Mitchell. Rosie now for 3.
Just short.
Just short. Called him Rosie one more time. JoJo Webster bringing the ball up. Now he's going to drive left on Trey. Gabe Groening goes up for the shot, number 10 for Oak Harbor. Leaves 20 seconds on the shot clock. What's the feel of this game so far, Tim?
Well, a lot different than it was the first time around. It's shaping up to be tight right now. 7-6 Glacier Peak.
4:41 left in the first quarter. He's going to call a push, and Mike Washington, the coach, doesn't like it. He's going to get 22, Dylan Harris, the freshman, in there right away.
And his son's getting an earful from the coach. And I mean an earful.
Yeah, he was hot. Wonder how that does in the kitchen table, around the kitchen table.
Not good.
Trey back to the top to Rams. Rams gaunts it again from his favorite spot. Whistle blows before the shot. Doug Miller, the official.
13.
It's Austin Kaiser, his first. Team foul number 1 for Glacier Peak. Now some kind of full court pressure. Porman comes up. Harris, the freshman, gets it back over to JoJo. JoJo drives, loses the handle, and another turnover. 3rd turnover so far in the early going for Oak Harbor.
You know, funny you asked that question a minute ago. How's the feel? But by this time in the last game, the game was almost out of hand already.
Yeah, 4 minutes left to go in the first. Ramsey never met a 3 he didn't like. Porman now working around. Zone. Here's Rams again, short again. Rebound, Dylan Harris. JoJo leading the charge. Going left, going right, not really looking for anybody to pass to.
Uh-oh.
He's going to try a 3 off the back cylinder. Big rebound by Harris out to Dane Herron, the big 6'4" senior. Loses it, but there's Trey Chambers, the thief. He goes out. Oh, and he's taken out by JoJo. No foul.
Trey wasn't too happy about that. He was petitioning for a foul. Didn't get it.
Scrappy on the ground. Kaiser now into Haler. Haler goes outside. Can't get it to go. The easy low. Trey Chambers runs smack into JoJo Webster.
What are they going to call that on?
No foul. Was there a foul?
There's got to be some type of foul. It's got to be a foul on somebody.
Is that as JoJo Webster? You see him walk off your screen. He's shaken up a little bit. Drew Vader gets back into the game.
I don't think there's.
What they do?
There is no foul called.
There's got to be some foul on somebody.
So it's Oak Harbor ball.
I don't get that.
Rams almost steals it again from Haler.
They just totally smashed into each other. There's got to be a call one way or the other.
Well, I guess basically Oak Harbor got the ball. There's Drew. He gets put to the floor by Portman after the shot released. No good. And here's Vader.
That was about, he was about 3 or 4 feet behind the line on that one.
Almost took a seat in the bleachers. Rams from the corner.
They got it.
Swish. Ramsey, 2 shots taken. 2 shots good up behind the arc. 6 points for Ramsey Rosales. And deep now to Drew Washington. Nice little floater over Portman.
He's got 4.
Drew Vader took a seat. Now they get it deep into Peterson. Little jump hook.
Got it.
Runs around the rim and in.
The roll went with him.
He's got some incredible touch. Kind of an old school throwback player in Zach Peterson. Harris now tries to get it into Washington. Back out to Herron. Love the bright blue sneaks. Or yellow sneaks.
Oh.
Portman blocks. Drew back down to Portman.
Oh.
No, can't get the layup to go. Haler with the rebound. GP 12-8, 138 left to go. Haler on his own. Vader reaches up and pokes the rebound.
This game's getting a lot of fouls that aren't being called.
They're letting them play.
They are really letting them go.
It's fast paced. There's already down to like a minute left in the quarter.
Blowing off some big-time nervous steam here. Vader's not going to take it. Swinging around now to Trey down in below. Vader, jump steps. Now Ramsey one more time. Nails it, loves the left side.
Boy, he's hot. That's 9 for Ramsey.
Voice of Todd Elvig comes in there. Ramsey Rosales, the difference right now, 15-8. GP. Call Trey Chambers with a block. No shot.
Before the shot.
Second team foul on Glacier Peak. First on Trey Chambers. Some substitution now. Haler comes in to take a breather for Oak Harbor. And you got Donovan Selgren, the freshman, in. Number 12 for Oak Harbor. Dane Herron with the ball. Gets it out to Helgren. Loses it. Here's Trey Chambers. Now he's going to see if he can finish, but he is fouled by Donovan Selgren. Trey Chambers will go to the line. A 60% free throw shooter coming into tonight.
You saw Drew go after that ball and just commit a foul that should have been called. And they're not calling that. They're letting a lot of stuff go.
Selgren getting some time on the bench. Chambers hits that. First point tonight for the junior Trey Chambers, the thief, as we like to call him on the football field.
Absolutely, and Chris Haler's right back in. They sat him down for about 15 seconds and put him right back in the game.
They need Haler's size. Trey knocks him down, both of them. Trey, Ron was there on the big game Wednesday night, had a huge steal late in the game to
great steal.
Help with that win.
I think he cemented that win with that steal.
Turnover.
Another turnover, the fourth so far tonight for Oak Harbor. Again, some youngsters on the Oak Harbor Wildcats team getting some play. Donovan Selgren throwing that one away.
Oak Harbor having a little bit of trouble with the hard pressing of the Glacier Peak kids here tonight.
Yeah, Glacier Peak's playing some stifling defense. They're getting away with some things, too. Both teams are, as Ron mentioned earlier.
Bader now with 18 seconds left in the first quarter. Going to slow it down and get the shot they want. Rams.
13 seconds.
The shot clock pretty much matches the play clock.
Ramsey now goes on to the right far corner. Back out to Vader. 3 seconds left.
Blew it.
Now what happened there? The buzzer ran and the clock was not down. It says 0.4 seconds.
Yeah, because that's the shot clock. The shot clock buzzer went off. They that was a mental mistake on Glacier Peak, just sitting there using up all the clock, and you got to get a shot off at some point.
You're right. I think they were watching like I was. The scoreboard, not the shot clock.
There was just barely a difference in the two.
0.4 seconds. Baseball throw. Torman gets his wickets there and out of bounds. A fast-paced first quarter.
Yeah, it's only 12 minutes after 6, and the first quarter's already over, Scott.